Shalom. I want to begin a lesson of blessings and all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who taught me the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Back with another lesson through the spirit. It's gonna be hitting on a few points that I seen, a few articles that I came across in the news. So it's really just various topics. More so gonna be hitting on some of these articles harder than others, but all in all, this shouldn't be too long of a video. Have a few precepts I'm gonna pull out, and whichever other ones that do come out will come out through the spirit. So with that being said, let's get into it. So we're in the first day of 2025, and already we've had a lot of shit going on today. And the elder apostles have coined this year 2025 as, let me see, I believe it's the year of the hopeful year, Salakia. Because I don't wanna misquote the elder apostles. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. But also he says the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment. So ultimately, great judgment is going to be coming to this place in 2025. Like I've been saying though, since 2020. And just wrap your head around that, man. Even that, we're in the latter days. I'm just going to say this just from my personal experience. I feel like these last few years have been flying by, man. 2025 was half a decade ago, bro. Half a decade ago. Just like that, it did. Like the snap of a finger. Like I said, man. I feel like it was the other day, and we already just that fast, man. But, it reads in the scriptures that the days shall be shortened for the elect's sake. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the brothers who have been laboring in this thing for a long time, man. Oh, man. I know that those brothers are ready to get their rest. But we know that we have to keep pushing and enduring until the end. The work doesn't stop. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and get into this article. And it reads, this along with another article I'm going to pull up, which I mentioned was one of the first things I seen when I woke up this morning. But I didn't do a lesson on it earlier because, these type of cases change and whatnot, information on them. So it reads, New Orleans truck attack suspect identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar. Here's what we know about him. And like I've said in my previous lessons, man, you have to, especially in our times, you gotta take what Esau Edom says like with a grain of salt, almost, because he likes to throw in a lot of BS, a lot of different snares, you can say, things to throw people off. We have to be able to, just be able to discern and break down these things. So it says the FBI has identified 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar as the man accused of deleting at least 15 people in New Orleans early on New Year's Day by ramming a truck into a crowd in an incident that is now being investigated as an act of terrorism. And I find it funny how every time, I'm not going to say every time, but there's terrorist attacks, it's typically associated with these type of people. I'm just gonna leave it there. Jabbar, who died at the scene of the attack, is a U.S.-born citizen from Texas who served in the Army, FBI assistant special agent in charge. Alethea Duncan said at a Wednesday afternoon press conference. Swaki. FBI confirmed that ISIS flag was found on the vehicle trailer hitch, and the agency said it was trying to determine Jabbar's potential association and affiliations with terrorism organizations. So that right there was an instant like trigger in my mind. The fact that he had the fact that they saying that he had an ISIS flag, and just everything that's going on in Syria right now. Just making that connection. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of war going on in Syria, as you know. Their president pretty much fled the country, and it was like up for grabs. So it's a lot of stuff going on over there. But I find it funny that he just let's just air quotes, he just so happened to have that flag on him when he did this. It says President Trump said in speech Wednesday, mere hours before the attack, the dude posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by an expression of desire to delete. Okay. But hey man, as we know, that these spirits got a creative vengeance. During a press conference, Duncan said investigators do not believe Jabbar was solely responsible, and they are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. So like, Jabbar reportedly said in a 2020 YouTube video, he was born in Beaumont, Texas, a city of just over 100,000, located about 80 miles east of Houston, and worked in Houston real estate. He has been married and divorced twice and has at least 2 children, according to multiple reports. A man who is now married to Jabbar's first wife, whom he divorced in 2012, told the New York Times that Jabbar recently converted to Islam and began being all crazy, causing his ex-wife to stop his 15 and 20-year-olds from seeing him. See, man, it's the shit I be talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak on the dude's behalf, but let's just say, when we came into the truth, which it don't have nothing to do with Islam, but people call us crazy, even though all we're doing is speaking out the Bible. Jabbar's second wife filed for divorce in 2020 and was granted a restraining order against him. Yeah, I don't know. This nigga might have had problems. I might have spoke too soon. NBC News reported the case was dismissed, but the couple later got divorced in 2022. Law enforcement are reviewing a set of videos possibly taken at night while driving to Louisiana, in which the suspect allegedly mentions his divorce and suggests he initially planned to leave his family, but instead decided to join ISIS. What do we know about his military service? Active duty from 2007 to 2015. Deployed to Afghanistan in 2009. He later served in the Army Reserve until 2020. Honorably discharged at the time of his 2012 divorce. He said in legal filings he resided in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In 2004, he reportedly enlisted in the Navy but was discharged a month later. What do we know about his work history? He worked for accounting firm Deloitte and was earning over $120,000 a year. This dude, yeah, he did die December the 10th. Second wife divorced in 2020. Yeah, because I don't know if I'm going to read and send it. It says he was adjusting, he was struggling to readjust to civilian life. You don't know how to speak without using military acronyms. He faced some financial trouble, late home payments, yeah, all the good stuff. It says they shocked by all of this and would have been never imagined him doing something like this. They described him as a sweetheart, really smart, caring. He said later converted. It says he said the two brothers were raised as Christians and his sibling later converted to Islam, though he added, what he did does not represent Islam. This is more some type of radicalization, not. The process by which an individual or group comes to adopt increasingly radical views in opposition to a political, social, or religious status quo. He made good grades and wasn't a troublemaker at all. What do him making good grades have anything to do with his childhood friend? Gotten really passionate about his faith in recent years, but was never threatening any violence. He was very quiet, very reserved, always positive, peace be with you, uplifting type of stuff. The attacker ran a rented Ford truck into a crowd of pedestrians on Bourbon Street at around 3:15 a.m. At least 15 people were deleted in the attack and dozens were injured. Several police officers responded to the scene of the crash, after which the suspect emerged from the vehicle and fired at them. Damn. His bullet struck two officers in stable condition before officers returned fire. He was deleted at the scene, and a potential impoverished explosive device were found in the attacker's truck, and other possible explosive devices were recovered in New Orleans, French Quarter area. I'm about to say, if you don't know anything about Bourbon Street, though, Bourbon Street in New Orleans is very, very, very popular. So that's why that's why it was even anybody out at 3 a.m. They have a. And so, Lucky, let me go ahead and get a precept real quick. Go ahead. This is Amos 3 and verse 6. And it reads, shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in that city? And the Lord Yahweh has not done it? Surely the Lord God, Most High Power, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, which is us. Lord willing, we be of that number, man. And it reads in the NLT, when the ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Does disaster come to a city unless the Lord Yahweh has planned it? You read that to a Christian, and like I said in my other lesson, they skin might start melting, man. Cause they can't wrap that around their mind. They can't comprehend it. They think when something bad happens, it's the doing of the quote unquote devil, which really ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. But they don't realize that Yahweh is the one who controls all of this. He runs the show. Indeed, the sovereign Lord, Yahweh, never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophet. So that's the connection we have with Yahweh Shai. With Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. That's how you know the Lord, if the Lord is working with you. That's how we know who the true men are. All right, this is the second thing I seen on my timeline as well. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna really go too deep into this one, but I seen this one and I just laughed, man. And it made me think about this, because let me see if I can get Job 5. Yeah, Job. The water. This, damn. This did, like when I read that, I seen that Georgia judge shoots himself dead in his own courtroom on final day in office. And I believe this might have happened like a couple days ago, but it popped up today because they just found his body. And I'll read it real quick. A Georgia state judge has died by suicide after blicking himself in his own courtroom. Judge Stephen Yeckel, 74, was found dead by a deputy on Tuesday, his last day on the bench after he lost a bid for re-election, according to WSAF. So he wasn't even, he deleted himself yesterday, 2024. Yeckel was found inside the Effingham County around 10 a.m. Tuesday. So yeah, like I was saying, man, this just happened yesterday. And then the thing that I just read happened earlier today. But investigators believe he died sometime late Monday night or early Tuesday morning, like I was saying. So when I said this, number one, he deleted himself because he knew he was on the hot seat. His death is being investigated. So like, that's the brother. He was appointed to the state court in 2022. He recently attempted to resign from his position, but was denied by Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Sheriff Jimmy Duffel offered his condolences to Yeckel. This is never good for anybody family distraught. Yeah, he was also facing. Here we go. According to WTalk, he was also facing a lawsuit from court employee Lisa Crawford, who claimed she was wrongfully terminated from her position by Yeckel. She claimed in a suit that Yeckel fired her in order to bring in his own staff when he took office. So, you know what I'm saying? That could have got him. He was a married father of four, was a former assistant district attorney in Chatham County, and previously worked as a special agent for Georgia's Alcohol and Tobacco Tax Unit. Yeah, man. So that was all. But when I seen those two stories, this scripture popped up into my head. At destruction and famine, thou shalt, Salakia. Job 5:22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. And I really should have started up above verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And this is this is in the NLT. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. So that's what I'm saying, man. The Lord is working with you. If you're in this truth, and you're in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the elect, the hopeful elect, the 144,000. As well as, you know what I'm saying, the 1/3 the multitude. It's saying in the scriptures, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. That's why we're, in a calmer state than the rest of these people out here. Because we understand and know what is about to unfold on the earth. The masses, the simple-minded person, the normal, average day American, they don't see what's about to unfold. So as we go more and more into this year, these people are going to get more and more, afraid. As it reads, ye shall marvel, but the people shall be weary. So that's why I said when this stuff, like this type of stuff pop up on my timeline, and other brothers probably react like this as well, I just laugh when I see death and destruction in the news, because it's become so consistent. It's not new anymore to me. It says, you will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. So that's concerning the whole flow. Like, man, the beast going to be at peace with us. But more so hitting on verse 22, laughing at destruction. And there's another scripture as well that backs that up. Ooh. Oh, so like it's not Marvel, it's Mary. It says, be not weary. 2 Ezra 2:27. Be not weary, for in the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith Yahweh. So like I said, when this stuff continues to go on and on, we're gonna be happy, because we're getting closer and closer to salvation. Lord willing, we get that number. We're getting closer and closer to salvation. Closer and closer to the end of our captivity. So like I said, man, more and more death and destruction. We're coming into perilous times. It's gonna get worse and worse. And the whole time before this lesson, I'm looking for I was looking for, the article that was regarding this Las Vegas dude, or Talaki, I said Las Vegas. Louisiana, I meant to say Louisiana. This New Orleans guy, which that ended up pushing back the Sugar Bowl a day. They had to postpone the Sugar Bowl today, because they had the Sugar Bowl at the Caesars Dome. They had to postpone the Sugar Bowl till tomorrow. That might have been history too. I don't know if that has ever happened in the history of the Sugar Bowl. They had to postpone it, reschedule it. But anyways, while I was looking for that article, I found this one, thinking this is the same dude. Well, I didn't realize this is something else that happened, but this wasn't in America. It's still relevant though. And it reads, gunman opens fire in Montenegro bar, deleting 10, including 2 children and own relatives, before fleeing with weapon. At least 10 people, including 2 children, were deleted, and 4 others injured in a horror shooting in Montenegro. Cops identified the attacker as 45-year-old Ako Martinovic, who killed the owner of the bar owner's children, and his own family members in the city of Sedin. Interior Minister Danilo Saranovic said. So this nigga deleted the bar owner children, and his own family members. Like I said, man, like I just said, the spirit of vengeance. There be spirits created for vengeance. More and more people are gonna start bugging out. This is gonna start becoming common. And we don't tell you these things to frighten you We tell you these things to prepare you, because that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's preparing us mentally. Like the brother told me the other day, harden our hearts. Prepare mentally, man. Because we're coming upon times where we gonna be walking over dead bodies in the streets. Shit like that. The shit that's in the movies make it look good. Because in real life, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. So you just have to ask the Lord to harden your heart, prepare you for them times, man. Police and security personnel stand on the street in front of a fire truck near the scene where a gunman opened fire. The suspected attacker reportedly died from injuries on Thursday after attempting suicide. So if it's saying Thursday, I'm wondering, did this happen? Oh man, this happened 3 years ago. Never mind, man. I hate when they do shit like this too. Cause you would have thought. Let me just confirm this. By the way they talking, man, you would have thought this happened today. Oh, never mind. This might have just happened. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me confirmation real quick, man. Montenegro. Oh no, this did happen today. Okay, the water how about she make sure? Cause I'm sure reading at the bottom like, man, this happened 2-3 years ago. The gunman who killed at least 10 people in a rampage in a small town of Montenegro died from self-inflicted injuries on Thursday after attempting suicide. I'm tripping. They a whole day ahead of us. That's why I'm so thinking. Why is they talking about? Well, I ain't gonna say a whole day, but they a few hours ahead of us. So I'm so thinking like, why are they talking about Thursday? Yeah, man. Okay, so we just confirmed that happened in 2020, 2025. So let me go ahead and scroll down. Tried to take his own life near his hometown of Sedahin and died from his injuries while en route to the hospital. The gunman then moved to 3 other locations, killing more people, including 2 children. He had been drinking heavily most of the day. He was in conflict with another person at a bar and went home to grab a gun before returning and opening fire. Actually, that's perfect, man. I can pull it out now. Let me go ahead and pull this precept out I was just talking about. Because now we know this is an act of revenge. And the reason, Ecclesiastes 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they power out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So, there be spirits that seek revenge, man. You gotta be careful. You don't know what somebody has been through in a day. They said the dude had been heavily drinking all day. You don't know what he was going through. That might have been his last straw, man. These are winds that were created to lock you. In a Good News Translation, there are winds that were created to bring punishment, fierce enough to move mountains. At times of judgment, they unleash their strength and calm the anger of their maker. Which I really don't really like this breakdown, because it should have said there are winds created to bring revenge. That's the word of vengeance. But he did bring punishment. Punishment is also another word for judgment. And it does talk about judgment right there. So it is through all of this, we know that. Yeah, see, that's why I was like, August 2022? Yeah, no. It says that it's a terrible tragedy that has affected us all. And a heinous attack. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna keep on getting like this too, man. It's another thing I seen too. And this really gonna become more common. They got these lithium batteries in here, man. We knew that this was gonna start happening.
We want to share.
Actually, nope. I'm not gonna. Tesla Cybertruck burst into flames outside a Trump hotel in Las Vegas, deleting one. Now, do you think it's a coincidence that Elon Musk is on Trump's cabinet and Elon Musk is the owner of Tesla, the man who created the Cybertruck, and his product blew up outside of the newly elected president, one of the newly elected president's hotels? Do you think that is a coincidence? Coincidence? I think not. And I seen another article that said they was trying to link this to what happened in New Orleans. And actually, here it is right here. Let's read down. Tesla Cybertruck exploded and burst into flames Wednesday morning just outside the entrance of Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas, deleting a person inside the vehicle and injuring several others standing nearby. And when I tell you on the video, that car literally blew up, like out of nowhere, it just blew up.
Expanding number of resources focusing and.
Let me see if they're going to play the video. They try to say that's a terror attack. Deleting a person inside the vehicle and injuring several others standing nearby. The suspicious blast is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack. 3 senior law enforcement members briefed on the matter told NBC News a motive has yet to be established. The motherfucker could have just blew up too because of the lithium battery inside of it. But hey, what do I know? The blast came hours after a driver in a rented pickup truck who was flying an ISIS flag plowed in New Year's Eve revelers on a Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and killing at least 15, injuring more. Yeah, we just read that. That pickup truck and the Tesla in Las Vegas explosion were rented from the same company, Turo, said Clark County. I don't know. Mail said when asked at a news conference board that the two incidents are connected, but we are investigating whether there is any connectivity. Turo in a statement said the company is actively aiding investigators. We do not believe that either renter involved attacks had a criminal background that would identify them as a security threat. Said officials that Tesla was rented in Colorado. We don't know who rented this truck, but they found no links to ISIS or any other terrorist groups. You know what's funny? America calls ISIS a terrorist group, and they're one of the biggest terrorist groups. I find that funny. Also very hypocritical. But really though, let me see if I can get this real quick. Let me pull this up. That thing that happened in New Orleans, man. To me, that's smelling like a false flag. These two events though that just happened with the Cybertruck and New Orleans could also be Also be distraction play. We know that there is a false flag that's coming out. For sure. There's gonna be a false flag that's coming. That dude could have actually not been a part of ISIS. Who knows, man? Like I said, you gotta take what the Edomites say with a grain of salt, because they're very slithery. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. And that just confirmed who was saying this. Yahweh, the Lord, the Almighty power, said, I wound and I heal, I kill and I make alive. All of these is the doing of the Lord, man. He sent forth his judgment daily. Dang, where is that at? No, it's not that. Here it is, the water. Zephaniah 3 and 5. This is Zephaniah 3 and 5, and it reads, the just Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment alike. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. The unjust knoweth no shame. And the NLT, but the Lord, Yahweh, is still there in the city, and he does no wrong. And the Lord does no wrong. Day by day he hands down justice, punishment, and he does not fail. But the wicked know no shame. I have cut off nations, their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabited. And that is facts, man. A lot can happen in a day. A lot of judgment could take place in a day. I didn't even realize. I didn't even touch upon this this article. I'm just gonna read this one. I don't. Let's see. Virginia man arrested last month for possession of it. Yeah, it happened last month. So I'm gonna just leave it. So, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. God, Lord Yahweh, by Hashem, Shah, by Hashem, Kakwadash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone once again, who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem, Shah. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom.